understand. What's the point of comparing these two artists? This doesn't make sense to me. Okay. We are. Kid Rock and Bruce Springsteen are going head to head in a very unofficial fan poll taking place on the internet. And once you know it, it's politics as usual yet again. Somebody posed the strange question this weekend, asking Twitter quite simply, Bruce Springsteen or Kid Rock? And boy, did the Bird app people give their piece of their mind. Oops. Lo and behold, this turned into a political mudslinging, as these things often do. So, again, these are two very different artists. These are two very different, but American artists, they are. But this does not make sense to me. Of course, Kid is much more so associated with right-wing views. So as you can imagine, people who lean that way were coming out in fierce defense of Kid Rock, dubbing Bruce as a leftist, etc. Ditto for fans of the boss. They too were name-calling. Yeah, so everybody was name-calling. Interestingly, the original question poser tried to weed out the associations with connotations that each artist might carry outside of music, and answered her own question based solely on skill. In her mind, she doesn't think Bruce is all that he's cracked up to be. Putting politics aside, when I hear Bruce and his strained, almost in-tune songs come on the radio, I change the channel. I'll admit, I am not that big of a Bruce fan. And I'll admit that I'm not that big of a Kid Rock fan either. So I have no real skin in the game here. I don't really care for either of these artists. I don't think they're all that great. I know Bruce is beloved by millions around the world, and Kid Rock is beloved by millions of Duck Dynasty fans as well. So I don't know. Most music fans would probably disagree with her, and the evidence is in the cold, hard numbers here. While musical taste is certainly subjective, you can't deny that Bruce runs laps around Kid when it comes to hit singles, sales, and overall popularity, big picture. Agreed. On the Billboard chart alone, Bruce takes the cake. He's got a total of 26 songs that made it on the Billboard's Hot 100 list, 12 of which cracked the top 10, with Secret Garden and Dancing in the Dark sticking around for 23 to 21 weeks, respectively. Kid, meanwhile, only has 6 songs that's made it into Hot 100, and just one made it into the top 10. That'd be Picture, which hung in tight on the chart for a total of 34 weeks, which that was a duet with Sheryl Crow. On a pure numbers alone for units sold, Bruce again beats Kid. He's got about 150 million record sales worldwide compared to Kid Rock's 27 million. So it's not really a contest or a matter of opinion in this regard. Bruce has objectively outperformed the Kid. That's very true. Like we said, the discourse around the bizarre juxtaposition seems to have devolved into nothing more than Democrat versus Republican chat, with each camp coming to their own artist defense. That's the way of the world lately, we suppose. But again, to each their own. With that said, we'll put the question out there right here: who's better, Kid Rock or Bruce? Leaving politics altogether naturally. That's we're curious for the sound of. Okay, so looks like Amber Heard will be in Aquaman 2 for less than 10 minutes. I don't even know what. I didn't even watch Aquaman 2, so I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even know what the fuck's up with Aquaman. I stopped watching that shit. Most of these fucking superhero movies are so fucking stupid now. But to be fair, I find most movies now stupid, so let's go to the Twitterverse and see what people have to say. We love comments. Let's see. I have to admit, I've never heard a single Kid Rock song. I like the Boss's music, but Kid's outlook, does that count? See? Okay, I don't agree with Kid Rock's politics. or a lot of his politics. But I do love the fact that he's untethered. He doesn't have a corporate overlord who's telling him what he can and cannot do. And that I respect. I respect that he says what he wants to say without fear of recourse. And I think that's something to be proud of if I was Kid Rock. Let's just keep looking, shall we? Question: why are people's political views affecting the outcome of this question? I'm seeing mostly Kid Rock answers, and from what I know, most people prefer Springsteen easily. You are high. Put the pipe down. Kid Rock, hands down. I never liked Springsteen, but I'm a Southern boy. I'm not high. I'm making an observation. Want to know why the left can't stand Kid Rock? Because he told Tucker he doesn't give a fuck what people think of him, and the industry can't control him. That's why 100%. I would probably agree with that. Let's get into this one. Who cares? Kid Rock is about 2 songs worth listening to, whereas Springsteen has 20 albums worth. Not really. Born Around Darkness, On the Edge of Town, The River, Nebraska, Born in the USA, one of the greatest albums ever. Okay, get the fuck out. Who gives a fuck? Not that it should matter in this poll, but I am a Democrat. I don't like or dislike Kid Rock. I think I've heard maybe 2 of his songs. There's just no comparison to Bruce. I mean, if we're just going on sheer numbers, obviously. But who doesn't love ball shoot the ball, to bang, diggy, diggy, whatever. I don't know. What does this say? What is it? Why are we comparing Springsteen and Kid Rock? It is an insult to Scooter and the E Street Band. Springsteen's 3.5-hour shows sell out stadiums and arenas around the world with stories of lost love and redemption. Kid Rock plays for an hour at the country fairs with songs about beer. Kid Rock is explosive diarrhea with a backbeat. Kid Rock is walking meth lab. Bruce Springsteen is so much better than Kid Rock, it's not even a contest. I'll take the boss any day. Who else? Even before Kid Rock realized he had an opinion or anything else, whatever it is he thinks he's doing has been pretty terrible. I take that back. Really terrible. Thank you, Not Today. Susie Q says, I like early Kid Rock. You know, when it was relevant, the rap rock of him and Limp Bizkit didn't last too long. Then he went into country, I think. Otherwise, no one really cares. Unlike Springsteen, who has had an amazing career, and Kid Rock is a nothing compared to him. The Venn diagram of people who get excited about the state fair and who think Kid Rock is good is a circle. Yeah. No, it's not. I like the state fair, county fair too. I suspect I'm not alone. Because he's a rich dude doing redneck cosplay. He's been since he started. No, actually, it's because his songs sound like they were written by a 12-year-old emo kid whose parents told him he couldn't go to the mall. Oh, Lord. I love Kid Rock. Nothing to do with his politics. Kid Rock writes songs for people who know the exact amount of Sudafed they could buy at one time. Oh, shit. That's very funny. That's what we're living for, folks. Okay. Okay, we get it. You can't cancel me. I love it when they try. That's what Kid Rock says. No doubt. Kid, greatest musician ever. Songwriting unmatched. So original. No sampling. No stealing of melodies. Super interesting and complex music. Original lyrics without the trace of cliche. Doesn't pander. Beautiful voice. Really. The greatest ever. Except maybe Nina Simone. What? The fuck? Greatest ever except for Nina Simone? Okay, there's another fucking weird pairing. That's even worse pairing than Kid Rock and Bruce Springsteen. Who's better, Kid Rock or Nina Simone? Ugh. Like, these are terrible, terrible fucking comparisons. I gotta pee. I gotta pay. All right, let's read a couple more, and then I'll go pee, and then we'll get on with our more news. Bruce Boss, my hometown. Kid Rock, you're winning by a landslide. If you allow someone's political views affect how you view their music, then shame in you. I enjoy both. I love Springsteen and have for over 40 years. At every show I've seen of him, he stumps for the Chicago food banks, and that's it. Okay. Right? Show us on the dial where Trump hurt you. I was born in USA, born in Trump is scary, bad man, and I'm leaving USA. Bruce Springsteen, proud American. Bruce Springsteen, sniveling coward. There you go. Absolutely Kid Rock. Better music, better looking, better ideas. Fuzzy slippers. Thank you for that. I've seen both Springsteen and Kid Rock live, and they're both great, but there's nothing like a Springsteen rock concert. Funny, if someone asked me if I had ever seen Bruce Springsteen's show, I would have said no. But looking at my ticket stubs, I guess I have seen him. Obviously, it wasn't that memorable. What? Sorry for you, but there are millions of people around the world saying the opposite. Yeah, so this is a stupid comparison, and this was just a reason for people to shit on each other politically. So there you go. Congratulations, everyone. You did a great job shitting on each other. Very great job indeed. Okay, I'm going to go hit the John and enjoy this video while I go...